Right, hello everybody. It looks like we are finally live. Apologies for the delay. We had every technical issue you could have ever imagined, but we are finally live. Hopefully. So if we are live and everything is all working, jump in the comments. Let me know where you're watching. The match has started. As you can see, we're about 6 minutes in. I actually need to just update the clock a little bit, so I'll update it as soon as they show it again. So once again, apologies for the delay, but we are away. And as you can see below, we've got the teams there, so we'll look at that in a bit. Let me just make sure that everything is set up properly here. And that is right. That's the correct time in terms of where I'm watching. Yes, sorry, Marcel. We had, as I said, we had every technical glitch you could ever imagine happened. And as usual, within the last few minutes before we were supposed to go live. So apologies for that. But we hopefully have that will be the end of any sort of technical errors we have. So I've barely actually been able to watch, but this Stormers currently have a defensive scrum within their 22, and so a good chance to Owen that's gone down, but it's available for Herschel Yankees, and Damien Willemse will try and find touch, which he doesn't actually. And that'll give Travis Ismail a chance to run. Yeah, an interesting game here we're going actually. Oh, there we go. Colonel Hendricks in a gap. He's got people on the side. Oh, it's a great pass. Curlie Aronson will run into the corner. Brilliant stuff there by the Bulls, and that's first blood Bulls within the first 10 minutes, and we go. So yeah, the perfect start for Bulls. I must admit, I pretty much missed the first 4 or 5 minutes. So yeah, if you managed to catch the first 4 or 5 minutes, you wanted to put a summary in the comments, we could appreciate those. But Bulls take first blood, and yeah, and that comes down to Damien Willemse not finding touch. You know, defensive scrum by the Stormers, they managed to get clean ball at the back, but Willemse, it didn't even really look like he was going for touch. Kicked it downfield, a bit of a nothing kick, and Cornel Hendricks just spotted a huge gap in the defense. Out wide to Curlie Aronson, and he's not going to stuff up anything from there. I mean, he's got so much pace, he doesn't need much anyway, and he had no issue running that in. And a difficult kick here now for Chris Smith, right on the touchline. Right, so let me know where you are watching from. Very excited that we're finally live and that we're finally doing this. Something I've wanted to do for a long time, just be able to, at the end of the day, it's slightly wide there from Chris Smith. You know, at the end of the day, we all sit here watching. Sometimes you can watch it with your mates, sometimes you can't, but I decided, you know, if I'm going to be sitting here watching, might as well just go live and interact with everyone that keeps the channel alive. So yeah, let me know where you're watching from. I want to know early score predictions. I went very brave, and I believe I said Stormers Western Province rather. I think 5 or 10. It was one of the two. Probably 5, which I know some of the Bulls fans weren't particularly happy with. But I like the idea that to keep the competition interesting, it would be really nice for Western Province to go and beat the Bulls itself. And that's a basic area. You know, it's been a problem across both competitions. Teams just are battling at the moment to deal with restarts. And what is the point in going and scoring a great try if you then knock on or lose a penalty in your 22 in the restart? It just relieves all the pressure. You know, it sounds like something so simple, but being able to retain the ball from a kickoff and get back down the thing is so vital. Because there's no point in scoring a try and conceding a penalty or knocking it on, and suddenly they're on the front foot. Stormers going to and score a converted try because of that mistake, for example, and suddenly you might as well not have even scored. You're back behind. Now, the scrums will be an interesting battle. In theory, I mean, the Stormers should always have the edge, being or Springbok front row. But Jacques Van is a good scrummager. Kevin Inyakani, we know, is a very good scrummager, so it should be a good battle. The first scrum went down, and I tell you, there's not much in it. There are These teams are not giving an inch. Bit of a second shove coming there from the Bulls, in fact, and Stormers managed to get it out. Pass out wide and forward. So that's poor from the Western Province, and the Bulls get away with that. And you know what? It's been a long day. I think I might even have to open a beer. Crazy scenes earlier this afternoon in the Lions versus Griquas game, where the Lions were pretty shocking, if I'm being very honest. In the first half, second half came back a lot better, camped out in the Griquas 22, managed to win get a penalty try, and literally 4 minutes later the game was halted because of lightning and was called off. And as a result, the Lions actually got the victory. So very, very lucky there. And I'll tell you what, I'm not sure they deserve those 4 points, but sometimes you got to take whatever you can get. And yeah, but credit to the Griquas, because in the first half they played really, really well. And I keep saying that it's so important that South African rugby, we have competitive sides. And yeah, it certainly was a competitive game, and I'm glad the Griquas starting to play better rugby and making it more competitive. Solid scrum. Ooh, for me, gets driven back there. You see it. Now that's a decent exit. You know, a decent scrum. Dwayne Vermeulen picks up on the back, takes a good hit, does get driven back a bit, but they set up another a solid ruck, and Chris Smith managed to clear it. But a lot of pressure coming from the Stormers, the Western Province pack there, and I think that is going to be an area where they're going to have to try and make it count, because they know that they should have the upper hand come scrum time. And yeah, you know, if they're going to try and beat this Bull side, they're going to have to front it up front. But a fantastic hit there between Sia Khaleesi and Damian Williams on Dwayne Vermeulen. Stormers go to the back, but not looking for them all. They're going to try and keep it a bit more open, which will be interesting. And a penalty to Western Province in a very kickable area. And I think that this should probably be the first point on the board for Province itself. Yeah, no time to think there. They were going to point it straight at the poles. And Damian Williams, in theory, should put this over and put the Province within 2 points of the Bulls. Right, busy sharing the link, try and get as many people on here as possible. So yeah, if you let me know where you're watching from, let me know who you're supporting. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Bottom right hand corner there. I'm a Lions fan, so I am a neutral in this game, but probably prefer a Western Province win, just because I think it makes competition a bit more interesting. It makes South African rugby a bit more interesting when we've got a Currie Cup that's a bit more open. But yeah, and Willemse has no issues. It was just to the right of the pole, so a fairly straightforward kick there, but quite an even contest first up. Yeah, in fact, I'm now going to open. In fact, it has been a well-earned beer. I've been working all day, which is why I can't do any sort of live watch-alongs when it comes to the... And that's straight out. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Well, I mean, to be fair, I thought this is good for the Bulls. But, I mean, it's just the errors with restarts. I'm now on both sides. But Chris Smith just going too far there, straight into touch. And now the Storm, well, the Western Province, got to get back to that mindset where Province now will have a scrum on the halfway line, which I suppose wouldn't be the worst thing for the Storm. I mean, for the Province, if they can win a scrum penalty there. Oh, nothing better than a cold beer at the end of a long day. Yeah, working on Saturday is terrible, but at least we've got some good rugby to watch. Well, we hope it's going to be good rugby. It's been decent so far. Do you rate Smith? Look, I don't think I've watched enough of him to give him a fair um recommendation. But yeah, I don't think he's terrible. I think he's a bit average, to be honest. I do think that the Bulls, if they're going to want to continue competing, Mornay Stain's not a long-term thing, so they're going to have to try and bring in a fly half at some stage. But look, Tennis De Beer is looking quite good for the Griquas, so yeah, could be an option there. But yeah, I think. Look, Jake White's Jake. He can sign whoever he wants. So as soon as if you look at the likes of Cade Voliter, if Damien Willemse is going to be the flower for the next 10 years for Province, he is now. Cade Voliter is only 19 years old, but he will need if Willemse is going to settle in at 10, that is a potential player they can look at poaching. In fact, if I was the Lions, I'd also look at poaching. Although the Lions do have James Willemse as well in the U setup, so they've got plenty of options there. A couple of reset scrums here, so it's getting a bit messy. Good to see Khaleesi back though. It'll be nice. That'll be a nice boost for Stormers. Not that loose forward has ever been a problem at that union. To be fair, loose forward is not a problem anywhere in the country. Every union has got very good loose forwards. And kicked along the ground, Willemse, and they find touch on the 22, so that's decent outcome for Western Province, who, on the balance, has probably been the better side. Bulls, the try came from. I suppose I should update the scoreboard. Bit of amateur hour there, so it is 5-3 after 17 minutes, and I should probably put it the right way around as well. That would help. No, Bolt is back. He is back. So the situation. That's why he was playing in the Springbok Showdown, because he has returned from France. Yes, sorry, I have updated the scores. It's all been a bit of a nightmare start. So yeah, 20 minutes was a bit everywhere, but let's try and hopefully no issues from now on. So apologies for that. Yeah, this is the first one we're doing, so a couple of teething issues, but hopefully a nice learning experience. Yeah, a bit of a stop-start game at the moment. We've had several scrums. I think this is about the fifth scrum of the game so far. And once again, massive scrum there from Storm, coming from the Western Province. But the Bulls have managed to get it out and get away with that one. I think if that was balls in there any longer, that was going to be a penalty. And yeah, there it is, holding on afterwards. And Bulls scrum just not coping at the moment. And look, that was expected. The Province front row is so solid, and they're just. Yeah, Dwayne Vermeulen is pretty much trying to get that ball out as quick as he can and struggling to do so because just under so much pressure. Kerwin over Willemse is a very interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting battle that between those two. Yeah, look, I prefer Willemse. I prefer Willemse. I think Bosch is. Look, I think Willemse is better defensively. I think that does give him quite a lot of credibility. I think he's someone that likes to be quite he likes to try to be quite physical. I mean, we saw him the hit earlier on Dwayne Vermeulen. You know, he doesn't shy away from the physical side, whereas Bosch has struggled with his defense. On the other hand, Bosch's kicking is a lot better. You know, he kicks it a mile. For somebody that size, I don't know how he managed to kick it so far. And there we go. Damien Willemse pulls it left. And that is the issue with Willemse. And this is why there has been a bit of a Willemse 10 sort of debate, because like that was a fairly simple kick and he's hooked it. So yeah, I mean, I think as a 10, I think Currie Bosch is a better number 10. I think he gets the backline going a bit better. I think his kicking's better, and I think he probably controls the game a bit better. I think Willemse's overall skill set's probably better. I think he's better on the ball. He obviously is a bit bigger. So, but it's going to be an interesting. I mean, look, there's a lot of options at fly half. I mean, Pollard and the Yankees aren't even 30 yet. So, yeah, a lot of interesting battles for the fly half in the years to come. So some rare possession from the Bulls, and they've knocked it on from the looks of it. Yep, they've knocked it on, and now the Province can counter. Augustus managed to hold into that. And that looked like hands in. Yeah, there is a advantage. Willemse on the touchline. I'll tell you what, this is what, and I must admit, one of our writers, Lloyd, was saying that he reckons Province to win the Currie Cup, actually, which was quite a big statement. But they've started very well today. But it's so frustrating, and Province supporters will know more than any. This side, on paper, should be, look, not miles ahead, but there should be there should be the side of the country. There's so much experience, there's so much talent especially in the Western Cape. I mean, take your pick on your schools and the amount of talent coming through there. There should be the best side in the country. And it's just a weird sort of sometimes not being able. Look, some people put it down to the coaching between As Coetzee and now John Dobson. There's that sort of debate. They had the best coaches over the years. They definitely had the best players. I mean, when you think that this pack, in theory, should be Siya Kolisi, P-Steph Totoy, and Johanna Augustus. I mean, name a better loose trio. I mean, that could be a Springbok loose trio and you wouldn't blink. So, yeah, I mean, it's just an awful Springbok front row. Someone Murat for me is a future block anyway. JD Schikkelen's playing well. It's such a good side. I mean, if you had to go like for like, and I mean, player by player between the Western Province and other teams, there aren't too many positions where other teams would really come through. Look, there would be a debate over pretty much all positions. So, yeah. Yeah, as I said, I mean, that's what I think, John. I think, as I said, I think Bosch is a much better number 10. I still don't think Willemse's best position is a 10. He's just missed another penalty. This is the problem. You can't miss. They should be 9-5. And they're not, because Willemse's kicking is not good enough. And this is why I keep saying, and I think that it was, instead of going for Warwick Lunt, the Province probably would have done better at bringing in a fly half, moving to Willemse fullback and backing him. Because his kicking just lets him down at the moment. I just don't think his fly half is his best position. I think he's got outrageous talent. He is outrageous. I mean, he's on the, when he's got the ball and he's not looking to pass and he just needs to attack, he is very talented. But the kicking just lets him down, and sometimes game management. So, yeah, as a rugby player, I think Willemse is probably better, or probably has the potential to be better. But Bosch is a better number 10, in my opinion. Yeah, I also like the idea of Willemse at inside centre. So it's interesting to see more how many players are starting. I mean, we've even seen Elton Youngster inside centre. I've always thought that Andre Pollard, much like as Jan said there on like Owen Farrell, Pollard plays very much like an inside centre, or at least an inside centre plays at a lot of other clubs in other nations. You know, he shoots the South African fly half mold because in South Africa we like our fly halves to be, you know, as big as possible and very physical and, you know, just solid kicking. But, you know, I mean, Richie Mwanga, Damian McKenzie are never going to be sort of players who you walk into the Springbok side, you know. You wouldn't have really a Richie Mwanga. I mean, Richie Mwanga, look, I suppose he's so good, he would walk into most teams. But somebody like an Alton Yankees has never really fitted into the Springboks because he doesn't fit that sort of that Springbok fly half mold. Yeah, they should. Yeah, again, there we go. I mean, letting go of Jean-Luc, as Jean said there. I think if they kept him, keep Willemse at 15, and not gone after Gelant. I mean, why the Lions didn't go after Gelant, just I beggars belief. A position where the Lions need so desperately. He's such a class player. Yeah, look, injury problems have been a problem. I mean, Lambie was a bit of a, yeah, I mean, shame. What a career he should have had, and it was heartbreaking to see that he hasn't played. But yeah, I mean, injuries, it's one of those things. Concussions is a big thing, hey. And I think something that's finally being taken very seriously. I was actually watching a few minutes of the Premiership, the Newcastle Falcons versus Sale Sharks. And they're busy trialing a whole concussion trial, basically. So they had these little patches on the side of their neck to try and look at the whole the reason behind all the concussion issues and try and prevent them, because it is suddenly something that's being taken seriously. Yeah, they do have Lombard. Oh, he's fumbled it. How have you done that? You, I don't want to be an idiot, but how have you managed that? How have you managed that? This would have been a walkover, an absolute walkover. And Angelo Davids has spilled it. I mean, fantastic by Willemse. Outside. Oh, look, dreadful pass. So let me be fair. Let me not say that it was an easy pass, because it really wasn't. But yeah, if you had taken that was try time. Okay, and my stream is now modified its clock backwards. So let me just get this back to being in line with the game. So that you know where I am in the game. Right, I'm at 26 minutes. So I'm sure a couple of you might be ahead. Unfortunately, I'm currently streaming, so I will be a little bit behind those with a satellite. And that is, you see, this is the thing. When you have a front row, I think somebody said in a WhatsApp status today, and he was just saying, if you have a front row who wins all the scrums, they generally win the match. And this province front row is putting on a bit of a masterclass. And if Willemse could just kick properly, they would be ahead. But they just can't. They can't. I mean, Marcel van der Merwe is already on for Trevor. Didn't look too serious. I'm hoping I don't know if we couldn't really see it was blood or it was concussion, but it didn't look too serious. So hopefully he'll be back. But yeah, I mean, speaking about injury, that's another one. I mean, Trevor Indikane, I think, must be one of the most frustrating players to watch, because he's so good and he's so talented, but there's too many injuries. But now Province on the 5-meter line. Oh, they go to the back. That's a fantastic line out. Bulls have sacked it well, though, to be fair to them. Herschel Yankees is digging for that ball. But the fly half debate will be very interesting. A lot of interesting fly halves, and I think if all the Lions fans will know, James Molense, who's coming through, is also a very good talent. I love a good fly half. I think look, I'm biased because I was the fattest fly half in the world. That's cool. But a good fly half is just so. I mean, when Richie Mwanga is playing well, it is the best thing in the world to watch. There's nothing better than a fly half who's playing with confidence and just dictating play and just influencing the entire game. But we do have some good fly halves coming up, and I'm very interested to see what Kate Voliter does. I think that, look. But also, importantly, for somebody like him, he needs to get the chance to go and play age group rugby and go and play some varsity cup. I don't even know if he's at varsity, to be honest. But they need to be able to. And I think maybe that's an issue with the likes of Goosen, Lambie, even Paul to a certain degree, is that we see a young fly half, and I mean, Willemse was playing blooming Springboks at 20, I think, which is too soon. You've got to let players. You've got to let players develop, and you can't just chuck. I mean, especially in the game of rugby, it's not. You even see it in football. When players get thrown into age group rugby too quickly, that's where the injuries creep in. And it's one of those things. If you have experienced a lot of injuries at the beginning, sometimes that just stays with you for the rest of your career. But we're moving back for a penalty here. Joan Augustus, it's a good look. It's a hard tackle, but it's a good piece of defense from Jacques Van Nooy, and he's probably stopped a try there. Joan Augustus is an interesting one. I really like him. I think he's on his day. He is. I mean, look. I mean, you think about Dwayne and everything Dwayne is. Joan Augustus has got the physical attributes to be the next Dwayne. Just needs to never drop a high ball ever, and yeah, then we can operate. Yeah, Cade's a very nice player. Yeah, part of that whole blooming mass exodus off to France. So we need to put a stop to that crap. Kickable goals not taken. Province. Yeah, but to be fair, the reason Province aren't taking any penalties is because blooming Willems is going to miss it. So that's not really that surprising, is it? If I was John Dobson during the offseason, I'd be telling Watchalong to learn how to kick the poles. Or Herschel Yankees, or Rex Pretorius. Travis Ishmael down. That is not a good sign for Bulls. He's been very good. And I've always, no, that's it. That looks collarbone. Or dislocate. Oh, he's in a lot of pain. That's Travis Ishmael off. What? Well, Jan, your Bulls are falling like flies here, chap. Not a good start. Credit to Province, who have had, I'd love to know the possession stat, pretty much all. Yeah, you're right. Rex Pretorius can kick, actually. I don't know why he doesn't. It's a bit of a strange one. It was out. So Janssen van Vuren on for Travis Ishmael. Marco Janssen van Vuren's had a bit of a strange career. I quite liked him when he was at the Lions. I was quite upset that he didn't manage really to sort of make it, which is ironic when you think that the Lions, well, before Morne van den Berg stepped up, were quite short on scrum halves. But because he's so big, he is being touted as now sort of utility back. Tried to go to the sevens route, didn't really work for him. But look, he's going to get a good 50 minutes run out today. Yeah, look, no credit to the defense. I mean, as I said, the Province have had all the ball, but there's no tries. But a Jake White side will always be good in defense. I mean, you look at the Springbok side in 2007; he's just so disciplined. As much as I love the Bulls, I don't think there's a team that wastes more potential. That's not a bad shout, you know. And look, the fact that Jake White's apparently now going after, that's just poor from Ivan van Zyl. Oh, that's when they're using the referee. I don't think Jake White would be much better, to be honest. But the problem with the Bulls at one stage is they had something like 96 contracted players, and they just go and sign every single youngster on the blooming face of the earth, and then can't find space for them. Shock and horror. So that is something they need to relook at, because there's just so much talent at the Bulls that gets wasted. But I also think it's a problem in that we've got, what, 4, maybe 5 teams for players to play. You know, I was having this chat with my dad earlier. There we go. Storm is finally go over. The Bulls defense held up, but Joan Augustus is over, and that was a long time coming. 31 minutes. They've pretty much spent 26 of that in the Bulls half. Damien Willems couldn't kick, so they had to keep turning down those points. But they're finally over, and Joan Augustus is the man that stands up with the ball. Right, well, if Damien Willems doesn't get this kick, then I will just drop him at half time. Tell him to pack his bags. Right, so 10.25, 32 minutes in, and the Province are looking much the better side at the moment. But a good contest, and that's all we want. And this is Lions playing, in which case Lions must walk over Ebony. Oh, there we go. Trevor's back. That's a big boost. You just want to see good competitive rugby. But what I was saying is that we need to have more franchises in the country. We need to have more clubs or teams or whatever. Oh, that is dreadful. Oh, that is dreadful. Is that bloody Damian Williamson? Mate, I try so hard to defend you, and you do stupid cuck like that. And what was I saying earlier? Again, once again, you go and score a try, you do all the hard yards, they kick off, and you drop the bloody ball. And they've conceded a penalty. So now, fantastic. You go and take 7. I mean, this is dreadful. Yeah, because that's just offside. Obviously, I mean, Williamson knocks it on, and Simbelo Sinatla catches it, so he's in offside position. It's just so frustrating when you see teams do that. You go and score a try. You've done the hard yards. You're in the lead, and you can't just take a kickoff and kick it back. It's basics. It's schoolboy stuff. I mean, a schoolboy coach, would be losing their mind if they gone scored a try and then conceded a penalty. So you go and finally get in the lead, and now Chris Smith can, well, if he gets this, can put it back within 2 points. Basics, 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 basics. It's not hard. Catch the ball. Ooh. Misses it. That's the wind that's right there. Look, it is very windy. So I suppose. Yeah, no. Yeah, look, that was. You could see the wind just completely took that. But yeah, that's what 3 out of 4 kicks missed so far. Williamson puts that very deep in the 22 dropout. Who am I backing? I said Stormers. Province. I said Province in my preview. So that's very good defense. Kalan couldn't do much about that. He gets thrown into the bench. So yeah, I'm gonna have to back my preview commitment and say that I'm gonna back the Province. And to be fair, they do look like the better side. I must admit, even as a Lions fan, I think there are few fans more passionate than Province and Bulls fans. So this is, I think, why it's always quite a good game. And just a shame, as the time at Newlands comes to an end, there's just no crowds to see it. You see again, look, it was with Siakhalisi, but Willemson's very solid in defense. You can't knock his defense. He is a lot better on the defense than Cohen Bosch is, for example. But Bulls have got a rare chance to attack here. And look, they haven't had much opportunity to, so now's the time to show they can do something with possession. I don't think we're going to see too many kicking for poles with the wind currently doing what it's doing. So, yeah, at the end of the day, it looks like if they want points, they're going to have to kick for them. But Bulls struggling to find some go-forward momentum, yeah. Oh, that's over the ball. Ooh, he thought about it. Kick over the top. Sinatla. Ooh, Sinatla's butchered that. We're under a lot of pressure. Galant has kicked it. He's kept it in, which might not be the worst thing. Now David Creel's going to have a go, and he's into touch. We should get together on game and discuss some rugby. Yeah, I do want to try and do more interactive stuff. What I'd love to do is try and sort of have halftime chats and stuff like that. But yeah, just trying to sort of work out all the technical stuff and sort of get all that sorted. But I do want to do a lot more fan stuff because we are very much for the fan. We were for the fans by the fans. At the end of the day, yeah, we enjoy the game and we just want to just experience with other people. So we must definitely want to do more interactive stuff, get people on the channel and stuff like that, because that's when this gets a lot of fun. Why is Morning not playing? As far as I understand, it's still the he was in close contact with someone who had COVID-19. He was at his daughter's christening, I think. Daughter's son. It was at his child's christening, and somebody who was part of the party was then tested positive for COVID-19. So as far as I understood, that is the reason why he's still there. I'm not sure if he actually tested positive or he's just isolating himself. Yeah, from what I can see, he's still in isolation. So I don't think there's a confirmed positive test, but he is isolating. And I think it was on the Sunday, which means you're 10 days. Yeah. So yeah, he'll probably be in the second week now of isolating, in which case he'll hopefully be back for the Bulls next week. They are missing him. And what has been quite interesting about Morning Stand is that it's funny when players get to a certain age and they suddenly understand their game so much better, how much easier it looks for them. And I mean, Mornay Steyn at the moment, he's coming back to the Bulls, and I think not a lot of pressure on him. He's had a really good career already. He's not going to tarnish that by any means, but he just looks so calm and collected. Not that the air, I suppose, really looked that flustered. But he's playing some very nice rugby, and I must admit, when I first saw the signing, I thought, surely you're not going there again. But he has played very well. That's a fantastic kick. Yeah, you see, Damien Williams said, if you do more of that, I'll start backing you at fly half. You know, by the halfway line, sees a bit of space in behind, and now Bulls have a defensive scrum well within their 22 meters. So now this is a pressure line out for the Bulls. Meanwhile, I'm going to open my second beer. Defensively, actually, I must admit this game's been quite good. I'll try and dig up some stats at half time, although it's more difficult to find stats in the Currie Cup than it is for Super Rugby because there is no Currie Cup website. But the defense so far has been very good. Now Kalan's going to have a chance. It's quickly taking the line out. That's some good defense there. Now Province a bit on the back foot. They're in their half though. 10 seconds, so I'm sure the Province will run this clock down and then they'll just kick him and go to poles. Yep, the siren is going, and Damien is going for the drop goal actually. Well, yeah, so Willems are trying to be a bit ambitious there and go for the drop goal, but Christmas says, thank you very much, we've had enough. We will call it there. Right, so half time, 10-5, and an even game. A game where kicking has been pretty poor for Poles, but some good defense. Let me see if I can try and find some stats. Yeah, trying to find things like Currie Cup stats is a bit of a nightmare. And I think that's something that SA Rugby should really try and do a bit better. We need to commercialize our products a bit better. You know, you look at something like the Premier League football. So I'm talking about football. And while you're watching, there's so many different places you can go and find stats and pull out every little small detail of players. It's so difficult to find good rugby stats and up-to-date rugby stats and stuff like that. And it really shouldn't be. But to be fair, I'm certainly not going to spend my Saturdays counting how many tackles whatever player made. But let me see what we've got here. So I'll go on Rugby Pass and see what we have. No, I don't want to see the Greekers versus Lions. That was terrible. So I'd rather not review that. 10-5. What is everybody's thoughts of the game so far? Province probably the better side. Bulls have done very well to keep that score down because I think the Province had a lot of opportunities to take some to score some points there. We are the Currie Cup. There we are. The Black Label, or the Carling Currie Cup, sorry. New sponsor, which is always good to see. Some investment in tournaments, always a big plus. Something that cricket could die in. I mean, we've got cricket can't find a sponsor for any of their blooming tournaments. Right, here we are. Bull, no, that's Bulls versus Cheetahs. Mate. Oh, this website's a nightmare. If you are watching, you haven't subscribed, please do. Yeah, trying to grow the channel and do a lot more of this stuff. Lions tour next year. Does anybody have tickets? Let me know if you got tickets down below. I do. I spent an obscene amount of money on Lions tickets, so we will be doing that. Where can I see the full game? You're gonna have to pay for Supersport or something. You will not find it on YouTube. So apologies if that's what you think this is. It is a watch along, as it says in the descriptions. So yeah. If you want to watch the full game, you either have to pay for Supersport, or if you're overseas, go and find something over there. If you want to get upset, get upset. It's not my fault. Ugh. Come on, just show me the game. Try and pull up some stats and see what. Decent game though. I'm chuffed that it's close. You know, I mean, it's look, I mean, it's exciting seeing tries and stuff like that. And I've always been the one type of person that says I don't like watching a 3-3 or 3-6 game. But yeah, it's been a decent game. And I mean, it's nice when it's close but still competitive. Right, so here we go. Here are the stats as per Rugby Pass. So as is very likely, 68 possession Western Province, which shows you the dominance. They've 5 defenders beaten each side. Defensively, 25 tackles made by Western Province, 31 tackles made by the Bulls, 3 missed tackles each, so not too bad. As I said, the defense has been very good, so credit to that. A lot of kicks in play. Breakdown, 73% rucks won for this province, 28% rucks won by the Bulls. Set plays, only 1 line out lost by the Bulls, and 1 scrum lost by the Bulls. And discipline, the Bulls conceded 5 penalties. You look at the player stats. I think it takes a while for them to update. And so, for example, you look at like the meters carried, and there's next to none. But the big ball carriers, well, in terms of meters gained, were Travis Ishmael before he went off, Currie Cup. Currie Cup has beaten 3 defenders. The decent carries here in terms of defenders beaten. Herschel Youngster's beaten 2. JD Schickelin's beaten 2. Yeah, as I said, it's difficult to find the exact stats because of, as I said, it's just sometimes, I mean, it's the SA Rugby isn't very good for. How is the attacking in the game? It's been all right. Sometimes I feel like it's been a bit, the creativity's been a bit limited. You know, some people just not quite. Sometimes just sort of run out of ideas really, and haven't been able to be able to think of something. But yeah, so I suppose I wouldn't say it's been a very expansive game. You know, we haven't exactly seen too many phenomenal lineup moves or anything too creative. It's been fairly tight. Yeah. Right, so 10-5. I'm trying to think. I really am trying to think of what I said, what my score prediction was in the week. I know Jan had a bit of a go at me because I went with the province winning, which, to be fair, is looking like a half decent shout. But I can't. I think it was by 5 or by 10. I usually go in digits of 5, so I might have said 7. I suppose I definitely said province to win though. So hopefully I can gain some credibility and they'll do the job. Quite apart from anything else, I'm just glad to be able to take my mind off the appalling cricket match we watched last night. Not the Proteas finals hour at all, as anyone who watched my review would have seen. Wasn't a happy chappy, but we move on, and then rugby's always a nice way to distract you and get away from those sort of things. Thank you very much to everyone who is watching. 51 people. I mean, I was hoping to get 3-4 people. So, yeah, thanks everyone for coming on here. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, I was a bit nervous to sort of, not nervous to do it, but I was sort of a bit worried there wouldn't have been much demand or anybody would have wanted to have seen something like this. So, yeah, the fact that there are so many people, yeah, thank you very much. And if you haven't, please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner there. I think we have had subscribers over the thing, so thank you very much for that. We are trying to grow the channel. We've got so much cool content we have lined up. I'm currently finishing my university career, which means that can't dedicate myself 24/7 to the channel, but really are trying to put out a lot of content and try and keep quality content. So please do subscribe. It really does mean a lot to us and to me and the team. Yes, there is a bit of a team behind the scenes. Tell you what, though, if anyone was doubting the New Zealand as a downfall, it certainly made a big statement today. Didn't manage to watch it all because I was working at the time, but yeah, I mean, all the lots of pressure on Foster and stuff like that. There's definitely a way to try and alleviate some of that pressures to finish the year like that. And look, I suppose, see, that's the thing. You looked at the Pumas' results 2 weeks ago when they won, and you can kind of understand, and you can, and suddenly there was this whole thing of why didn't the Springboks go over? You see, we could have played, we could have been competitive, and everything like that. But you watch the game today, and you're thinking, yeah, we would rather not have gone and gotten pumped 38-0 by New Zealand. So I think it was a fairly good decision by us not to go over in the end. You also cover Formula One. No, I must admit, I've fallen a bit out of love with Formula One. I was a big Formula One fan. No, I wouldn't say a big Formula One fan, but I was a Formula One fan growing up. Was a big Schumi fan, big Ferrari fan, which sounds very biased, but when I was very young watching, I don't think anyone when they were young could watch Michael Schumacher and not want to support him. But yeah, I kind of gotten over it, to be honest. It just became so much more about who's in the best car and less about the driving. It has gotten a bit better, I must admit. But yeah, when I have more time, maybe I'll try to get back into it next year. But definitely not going to try and cover it because I'm not going to speak about something unless I have, any sort of reasonable knowledge about it. And I must admit, my Formula One knowledge is just not good enough really these days. Yeah, but the whole thing, pretty fast, not good enough from our side. We have to play this from the penalty opportunities we get in 30 minutes.
And anything unexpected coming from their side?
Oh, the biggest physicality there you can see. Like Tommy Ween, it's a physical contest. I mean, you can see on Dwayne there on each other. It's a good game. I mean, it's all this stuff. Right, we're almost back to kickoff here. So let's have score predictions, people. 40 minutes of rugby, currently 10-5 to the province. What are the final predictions? What do we think is going to happen in the last few minutes? Anyone brave enough to put out a score?
What would you like to predict in the second half?
I think a little bit more direction from our 10 and 15. You can see also being taken inside the play. I think it will get more direction. We can find space for it. Fascinating second 40 minutes awaits us at DHL.
Who's better between Currie and Damien? Theobald, if you want to scroll back about probably about half an hour ago, we had a long chat about the two. I think we pretty much settled on the fact that for me, Kerwin's a better fly half. I think Willemse is probably got the chance to be a better player. Definitely got more talent, in my opinion. Although Currie Bosch is very talented. But I just think that Willemse fly half isn't his best position, and not the position where I think he will thrive in the most. But let me just make sure I get my timer right so that we are up to date. Bulls to win by 2. Yeah, look, I think it will be a close game, so it's not a bad shout. I'm gonna have to stick with Province. I'm gonna have to back my call, and I'm gonna jump in and go reply to Jan's comment and say I was right. But yeah, and we're off. Well, they caught it, so I'll take that as a big positive, because in the first half they couldn't catch a cold. So yeah, we'll take that. James play fullback. Yeah, that's pretty much what we settled on. We pretty much said that his best positions are that fullback or maybe trying having a go at inside centre. But yeah, I certainly just don't think he's a 10. I don't think he controls the game well enough. Well, Province are on the front foot already.
Look at it spinning like a top on the turf, handled by Van Rooyen.
Ruan Nokia has been very impressive. I don't know about anybody else, but I've been very impressed with him. And I think that, we've got a couple of locks that are missing and stuff like that. But I think, lock has been a position we've been particularly blessed in the last couple of years. But he's really been stepping up. This is the Bulls on the attack, by the way. On the Buerta with a decent run there. And managed to get inside the Province half. Good to see Trevor back on the field and playing. He just needs an extended run. I feel so sorry for... Ooh, that's a high tackle, ref. Yeah, there it is. Landry BC too high. No, you can't complain, chap. It was around the neck. Drop your 10 and get ready again. Now, big question here. Bulls, what do they do? It is kickable, but there is a lot of wind swirling within Newlands, so it wouldn't be the easiest kick. Yeah, it's difficult. Kind of on the shoulder and stuff like that, but pretty 50-50. But I don't think you can complain too much about that tackle. Which of the 4 teams do you support? I'm a Lions fan. Grew up in Johannesburg, born and bred, so I'm not one of those Joburgers that support the Sharks like half the world is. Lions supporter, which was made for a terrible upbringing, to be honest. But yeah. Well, they are going for poles, so they're backing Chris Smith here.
Just over 45 meters.
45 meters kick there. So, and with wind, it's not going to be an easy kick by any means. Well, he nails that one, and the Bulls are back within 2 points. Well, right, and once again, you've just got the points. Catch it and get out of there. Well, catch is done, and now exit. Thank you. You see, it's not hard. It's not... Oh, he hasn't gotten it out. So I'll reserve judgment here, because Augustus is going barraging. Cheers, there you go. Ah. Yeah, Bulls have gotten away with that. But just... what happened to catching the ball within your 22 and managing to clear it? It's not hard. Not 7, 8, 8, 8. Scoreboard is buckling here, much like the bloody Lions defense in the first 20 minutes earlier. But Province I managed to get back into the Bulls half. Well, big penalty there. Province back in there, but Bulls managed to win a penalty for holding on. Yeah, that's the first time Marco Verstapen's actually had a chance to jump over the the ball, and he does win a turnover there. He's been very good. Been very impressed with his contributions in the last couple of weeks. I mean, I haven't seen any of Sibel Sinatla, and I think that's the frustration, is that I suppose we're going back to asking if there's been good attacking rugby. I mean, you've got to when you've got the likes of Sinatla, you have to get him on the ball. You have to give him space. You know, you've got Warwick as well. I mean, that could be such a devastating combination. The best thing you can do as the Western Province is get them as much space as possible. Much like the Lions and Similane, you know, even the Bulls and likes like Currie Cup, get them the ball and let them do some running. Bulls keeping it tight for now. Oh, that's come straight through. Yeah, that's well done. Orange has to clean up. Oh, hello. Okay, well, so kick through, and Yankees managed to track back and win it, but he has been forced out. Now the Bulls will have a line out about 5 meters shy of the 5 meters, inside the 22. So this is a big opportunity for the Bulls. A try here puts them in the lead. This is just some good, yeah. Bongi Manandi comes straight through the gate. Pretty poor by the Bulls. He just didn't seal that ball off, and they hack it through. Some fantastic pressure here by Herschel Yankees, who does get pulled in. But sorry, a defensive line rather here for the Bulls. Sorry, line out. And now the Bulls will have to exit. So yeah, I mean, Stormers, he doesn't kick it out from the looks of it. Yeah, it stays in. So Sinatla will move inside to Galant, who's going back towards the blind side. He's got Sinatla outside him, but just you can't keep, you know, you've got to give Sinatla a bit of space. There's no point, you know, giving him next to no space and expecting him to do something. It is going to open up a bit though. Damien Willems through the middle. Oh, Trevor's all over that ball. Yeah, well played. Well played, Trevor Nyakane. No support there. Straight over the ball. And listen, there are a lot of things I would do in my life before I try to move Trevor Nyakane on the ground. Time has stopped here. I didn't miss that. We have a blood injury here. We're waiting to clear it up. Having a look here at a tackle on Jock from Noran on, I think it's Warwick Land. Oh, it doesn't look great. That doesn't look great at all. I think Jock from Noran's in trouble here. Yeah, look, there aren't a lot of arms in that tackle, must admit. Later, I don't think it's too bad. It was just after he passed it, but worth having a look at, must admit. So I think Jacques Van Ooyen could be in trouble. Look, it's not late, I don't think. He's already committed, but arm down, comes up towards the end. I think he could be in trouble here. I don't think he can have too many complaints. And it's high. It's straight to the... Yeah. It's not great. It's lazy. That's what it is. It's lazy. And that's pretty much a head-on-head collision, so... Well, that's up in the top there. He's got to make this call here. I mean, from that angle, it looks horrible. It looks like a shoulder to the head, which looks... Yeah, I know he's in trouble, yeah. He's in trouble. Yeah, Augusta has recommended a yellow card. Let's see if... Yeah, shoulder to the head. Well, ish there. So he's in a bit of trouble. Yeah, it looks like a yellow card for Jacques Van Rooyen, which will be a bit of a turning point for the Bulls. And yeah, this is where the Province need to capitalize here. Asking for some mitigation. Contacted against the head. High level of danger. Yeah, it's a red card. AJ is completely going to a red card. That's huge. And to be fair, the way you explain it, it's difficult to argue. Yeah, Jacques Van Rooyen gets his marching orders. Dwayne Vermeulen tries to protest, but there's not much you can say. It wasn't great. It was lazy. It was lazy. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, it's probably a bit harsh. I'm not sure it's a red card. I mean, it wasn't late. It was a bit high. Galant wasn't maybe standing as tall, so I think yellow card probably would have been a bit fairer. But you know, when AJ sort of yeah, it's not great. It's not great. It's lazy. It's lazy. It's amazing that the different angles make it look very different. I mean, the angle, sort of the side-on angle, makes it look like it was sort of hitting the shoulder type, sort of there. But when you watch the other one, you can see it like the way Galant's head rocks back and forth. It wasn't a great challenge. And yeah, Bulls down to 14 for the rest of the game. So if the Province don't win this, they will be kicking themselves. This is a massive opportunity, and they've already got a big rolling more here. One man down. This could get ugly quite quickly, to be honest. I don't know. What do you think in the comments? Was it a fair red card, or what are we thinking? Well, we've seen nothing of the centers on either team this match. Oh, Province knocked that on, yeah. Oh, but they managed to retain it. The Bulls are going to need a big effort here if they're going to try and produce a result. Down to 14 for the rest of the game. This doesn't look good. Oh, kicking behind there. Well, Snutland, Khaleesi chase. Bulls now on the 5. Lots of pressure from Province rather. Bit of a tongue twister. Pressure from Province. Bulls trying to go to a phase, try and give Chris Smith a bit of a better angle. And if they can get this out, this is decent exit play. Yeah, Ivan van Zyl shaping up for the box kick now. Ivan van Zyl looks like he's carrying a bit of an injury, which is not good news for the Bulls at all. Yeah, he doesn't look happy. This is all not. This is not going well for the Bulls at all. They've already had Travis Ishmael leave. Trevor Newcastle had a bit of a blood bin. It now looks like Ivan van Zyl struggling a little bit. Jacques Van Rooyen has just been sent off, so this could become a very, very long game for the Bulls if they don't be careful. And Province need to capitalize. You cannot have situations like this where you have a numerical advantage and you have 50 minutes to play and not take advantage of it. This should, in theory, this should be an opportunity for Province to try and put on a bonus point win. You know, this is the margins you talk about. And Nokia stolen that. As I said earlier, Nokia has been very, very good. I'm very impressed with him. Bit of a kicking battle going on here. Oh, come, counter. Run. Kick it. I got a bit of a ping pong championships on here. Oh, and Currie Cup, so that's not a great. Oh, that's actually staying in. Oh, Bulls are starting that. A hack forward again. Oh, and Collant's under a bit of pressure here. Somewhere out. Oh no, they're gonna win a penalty here. That is very, very well played. That is very well played. Under pressure, managed to sort of cause a bit of issues at the ruck. Kick ahead, a very good chase by Arno Buerta, and I think it was Warwick or Damien Valenza was all over him and win the penalty. And this is good by the Bulls. And if they can try and score here, then at least try and get into the lead and then just try and defend. Oh, well played by Van Sale. Warwick, not much he could do here. Gets pushed back. He's already on the floor. Arno Buerta over him, and listen, Salman Murat, yeah. And jeepers, four Bulls players arriving. That is commitment right there. And they're going to have to. The Bulls players are going to have to play out of their socks if they're going to try and get a result now, because they are down to 14 for the rest of the match.
Just taking a breather before they get to the line-out. Have a look at that steal against the Orange. Right? Fight over the ball. It ends up in front of it.
Well, big opportunity here for the Bulls. If they can score here whilst being man down, then that'll certainly help, if nothing else. And they've lost. Oh, they lost. Who's to come off here? They get another opportunity. A sloppy lineup, but they'll get another chance. I said, if you are watching, please do consider subscribing. Bottom right-hand corner, that really does help us with all the support and stuff like that. So please do subscribe. We do previews and reviews of every match. So I will do a sort of a 5-minute summary at the end of the game. Separately, we'll upload so that if you missed the game or if you weren't part of the chat here, you can go and check it out and hopefully get a bit of a review of what's going on. Did do a review of half of the Greek versus Lions game we had. Bulls are... Oh, they had to break off a bit. Oh, no! Boop. That's great defense. Ivan Zahel darted, but Sia Khaleesi and Sabelo Sinatla have jumped all over him there. The Bulls need to score here. They do need to score here. But Province win the penalty, and that is massive. Bulls need to score there. I think they did. But Kitsov over the ball, and listen, you're not moving Kitsov anytime soon. So very well played by the Springbok prop. Trying to think of players who've impressed me. Who's impressed you guys in the comments so far? Willems has been pretty poor with the boot, to be honest. Front row's been good from the Province. They've scrummed well. Kitsov's been done very well. Jean Augustus has been quite nice, quite physical. On the Bulls side, the Newlands had quite a quiet game. Ruan Nakia has been quite good. Marco van Staden struggled to try and find opportunity to get into the game, but been quite good when he's been required. The centres have been nowhere for both sides. We've hardly seen the centres. Now we're seeing Ruan now on for Dan du Plessis, and this is a good move. I like to see Ruan now get more chance at outside centre. Very bleak. We should be watching sevens right now. I mean, it's December next weekend. We should all be gearing up for the sevens. Yeah, no, I agree. I can also go with the yellow. I think red's a bit harsh. I think Holland was ducking a little bit. It was lazy. It was lazy, but I don't think it was a red card. I don't think it was malicious. I think it was just a bit lazy by Jacques van Noren. Good catch there by Creel. We're interested to see how Creel does. I mean, such a big... Ooh, that's well played. Yeah, Province. I mean, that's a couple of shouts there from Bulls about where the Stedman Khans. Oh, terrible knock on there. And just while I was saying, you haven't seen the centre. Stedman Khans goes and does that, which doesn't help his case at all. A pretty rudimentary knock on, to be honest. Not even a difficult. Oh, it was a pretty poor pass by Hendricks. I don't know what it was. Kind of a half meant for him, half meant for the man outside him, but not a great pass there. He hasn't had a lot of opportunity though, Stedman Khans. But what a super. Yeah, and there we go. Van Zyl is off. I don't like Holland. I definitely do like Galant. I think Galant's a very good player, and he's been very good the last couple of weeks. So, but I think that's someone you, yeah, and I'm sure you're very pissed off. But to be fair, you've responded pretty well so far. Yeah, a red card's always a problem though. It's just, yeah, I mean, it's difficult because I understand why there are calls to sort of remove red cards, and to sort of say that you can replace the player or whatever. So we've actually stopped time here for an injury. It looks like Damien Willems is down, but it's difficult because I always think that it's the problem is if red cards were dished out fairly, if every genuine red card offence was dished out fairly, I don't have a problem with them going down to 14 because there needs to be a lot of consequence, and I think sometimes that with red cards, if there were a case where you're allowed to just replace the player, it kind of sort of it mitigates a bit the seriousness of it. It's difficult. It's such a difficult one because, yeah, red cards. I mean, they do sometimes ruin the context, and I mean, I'll know better than most because I mean, when you think of the Quacker Smith red card a couple of years ago in the Super Rugby final, that was heartbreaking. You do all that work throughout the entire season, and then you have that red card, and suddenly the entire final's messed up. But it's a difficult trying to find a way to really make sure that the person getting a red card really understands the seriousness of what he's done, whilst trying to keep the contest balanced. But so it's an interesting conversation. But we've got a scrum here for the Stormers inside the Bulls half. Just the 2-point lead at the moment. So if they can try and find a way to get some points on here, that'll help. Because I think the Bulls are, to be fair, the Bulls have responded well. They haven't conceded any points yet, but now comes a bit of a wrap around here. Willems has gone inside. If Province score here, I think the Bulls will struggle to come back. I think they'll just feel a bit defeated. But if they can continue defending like this, then there's no reason why they still can't go on and do something this time. Yeah, there is a case to that, and maybe making it a longer ban. So I mean, I think red cards, they kind of differ, but if you make it a man, you see that's it. There we go, and Stephen Currie, the tallest man on the field, getting over there and winning the penalty there, and some very unimpressed Western Province staff, and they should be because they just haven't taken the opportunities that they've had since the man's gone down. But yeah, I think that's not a bad idea to sort of have a longer ban maybe for the red card. And I still think there should be a kind of like a 10-minute period where you are down to a person, just so there is, or maybe make a 20-minute period for a red card, 10 for a yellow. What's the score? It's on the screen there. It's 10-8 to the Bulls. We are 23 minutes away from the end of the game, and both sides are still very much in it. The Bulls have a scrum, and there we go. Khaleesi off, Jack Kutsia on. A decent outing for Khaleesi. Actually made some good tackles. He'll be chuffed to get through that game without any injuries. Oh, that is so rudimentary. A free kick for the Bulls because the numbers in the line out. I mean, I used to get, Ambrose Pierre's on and he's already making a dot. I like Ambrose Pierre. I don't know about anyone else. I think Ambrose Pierre is wasting his career at the Bulls because I think he should be starting at some union. I think the Lions would have done worse things than sign him, and I think that he's got so much talent, but this whole 20-minute cameos all the time. Oh, as an interception, Ronald's going off. This game is on a knife edge, really. It could really go. Oh, we've got Scully and Benny on as well. Missed that. Nobody at home. Vanessa hacks it forward. Bit of a chase on here. If it sits up kindly, it could be interesting. Oh, here we go. He's going to go over. Hello. Almost out of nowhere. Angela Davids has had next to nothing to do. And in a broken play, a ball is hacked forward and he's onto it. There's just too much pace by him. Brilliant stuff there by the youngster. What a run that is. And that's the breakthrough that the Province have been needing. And they extend their lead up to 7 points. A very good read from Ruan Null, who doesn't have the pace to get away from Curtly Orenser. Keeps the ball alive though. And Willemse just hacks it ahead, sees there's nobody behind, and David is electric. Gets there, you're not catching him. Gets there with ease and goes over in the corner. Not an easy kick for Damien Willemse, but well played. Well played.
Well, it can behave unpredictably at times with rugby ball, but just a perfect ball.
To be fair, I think that's good enough to... It's like a magic act. Just keep pulling up beer here. I just wish I could just keep doing it.
Currie Cup debut.
Well, cheers to you, Angelo Davis. It was very well played. Now, David will have a difficult kick, so to be honest, I'm not backing him at all, yeah. His kicking's been pretty poor anyway, and this is not an easy kick by any means.
Damien Willemse with a kick from the right-hand touchline. And 7-point margin.
Right, 20 minutes to go. Let's see if Willemse can nail this. I don't back him at all, to be honest. Yeah, and he's hooked it pretty badly. So it'll remain at 15-8. 20 minutes to go. One imagine the Storm, the province should be able to get over here. It's 7 points advantage. They've got a man advantage. They have been largely the better side over the 80 minutes. Well, over the 60 minutes so far. We've got Sintu Manjesi on for Walt Steenkamp, I think. From St Andrews, Sintu Manjesi. First bit of action there from Consier, who carried this to kick off well. And exit. Thank you. You see, it looks so simple when you do it. And it's amazing how it shouldn't even be an issue. But being able to field and receive and get rid of the ball from kickoff is so paramount. Although having said that, now that the kick's up there, they need to make sure they actually defend pretty well, which both sides have. Some good rush defense there, but Hendricks did as well. Hendricks had an interesting switch to number 12. I must admit, I was very skeptical when I first saw it, but he has been quite good. Oh, some great defense by Province, but Bulls got a bit of an overlap. Oh, and Zamkar holds on. Bulls on the attack here. Bulls can go score a try. Then this game gets very interesting, especially if they can convert it. It'll make it 15-15, and we will be in for a fantastic last few minutes. Good tackle there by everyone now. Oh, that's over the ball. That is brilliant. Who is that? Take a bow. The bench loves it. The bench loves it. And rightly so. Under a lot of pressure. I think it's JD Schicklin. There's Van Rijn there. Over the ball, wins a penalty, and yeah, it's pretty well played. Why is the stream behind? Unfortunately, I'm currently streaming the game as opposed to satellite. I'm trying to sort that out. Technical issues or stuff, so I will be a little bit behind those who are streaming via satellite. Hopefully we'll try and sort that out for the future. This is the first time, so we're just trying to sort out a couple of kinks and small things like that. But thank you very much to the 68 people that are watching. Please, as I said, please do subscribe. We do previews, reviews of all the games, stuff like that. We're going to do a big effort for the Lions tour next year. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I spent a ludicrous amount of money on tickets for the Lions tour, but you know, it only happens every so often, so excited to go and watch that. Knock on from the Province there as they get into the half, so a chance for the Bulls to try and get back into their Province territory. Look, the Bulls are not out of us by any means. 17 minutes left, just 7 points in the game. If Bulls can try and get over to the other side of the field and score, then they're very much in this game. And they've got time off there. Just poor from John Augustus. Had the ball in both games, but I missed tickets, so I've only got ones for the Bulls game against them. I've also got tickets for the Bulls game. In fact, we maybe we'll have a beer together. I've got Bulls and I've got all 3 tests. And it was funny because it was a situation where I kind of assumed I wouldn't get any tickets. So I thought, well, let me just apply for more and hopefully I'll get some. And then I ended up getting it all. So a lot of zeros later. But yeah, well, if we're both going to the Bulls game, then we must meet up and have a beer. Buzzing for the tour though. It's going to be such a good few weeks. Right, well, Willemse is off. So Tim Sweel is on. Oh, this clock has been a nightmare. Yeah, I'm going to have a fantastic 2021. The amount of sport I'm going to watch next year, my parents might have to start cutting me off, to be honest. Girlfriend's not going to have a good time. I don't think she actually realizes what she's in for next year with the amount of sport that's going to happen. I'm trying to mitigate that by getting her tickets to the but I think we're going to the F&B Stadium game because she must understand that there's going to be a lot of rugby to watch next year. Hopefully, we're going to have Springbok tests before the Lions tour as well. It's going to be a very cool Christmas, actually. I'm very excited to have Christmas this weekend and have rugby to watch. I think we've got Boxing Day rugby, which would be quite cool. Boxing Day test, Boxing Day rugby. What more do you want? Boxing Day Premier League. I tell you what. Continue buying a lot of tickets, and I might just become a full-time viewer of sport. Just watch absolutely everything and anything. We're up to 87 people watching, so thank you very much. If you are watching, please do subscribe. Let me know where you're watching from in the world. Are we all in South Africa? Are we all around the world? The greatest part about the internet is that we can all come together and just enjoy a good game. And who are we all backing here? Have we got some upset Bulls fans? Or have we got some very excited Western Province fans? What's the chat here, people? Hershey Yankees goes off. Decent game. Joanna Solomon Murat also as well. Right, Bulls got a penalty advantage. They're inside the West Province territory. Augustus is going for Bulls. Well, you and Jan will definitely get along here. And the Bulls are on the front foot here, so well played by Chris Smith. Well played. Into the 22 they go. Well played, Cornel Hendricks. Could have gone on the outside but opted to keep the ball. That's very... How do you do that? And the Bulls up to the 5 meter. If they score a try, then this is going to be a brilliant piece of extra play. Bulls still on the attack here, keeping a bit tighter now, going with the forwards. Ooh, Storm was over this, but the Bulls managed to keep. I think they got an advantage. Yeah, tackling out right away. Advantage to Bulls here. Right by the poles. Stedman Khans. There it is. Irons are over. Bulls back in it. Oh, and he gets in the side, so that will be a converted try from the looks of it. Very well played by the Bulls, and they're back in it. So there we go. I tell you, this game has been shaping up to be everything we've wanted it to be. We wanted a nice close game. Curtly Aronson was the man on the score sheet, but look, credit to a lot of players who made that. It was a very good team try. Nian Young, unfortunately, I can't say the game for copyright reasons. So the idea is that, yeah, I mean, Supersport or wherever you are in the world will have streams, but this is just to try and chat about the game as we watch it and stuff like that.
enough conversion, you think, for this match in a final one will be
Big kick here from Smith. I mean, it's a fairly rudimentary one, but important. Oh, I mean, I'll tell you what, Chris Smith was very big in that try. Some two big, good, great pieces of passage to play there. So we get to this. Suddenly we've got a 15-15 game on the line, which is good to watch. Yep, there it is at the 2. Lock it up. Although I don't want to draw. Nobody likes drawing. Like, drawing is horrible. I'll never forget. I think it was the Sunwolves captain who said something about a draw is like kissing your sister. Not ideal, but you'll take it. It's a horrendous say on live TV. It was an incredible moment, actually. Short as the Sunwolves. But currently 15-15. Nettling for Shears on for France Malherbe. Bulls. There we go. Oh, he still hasn't got. Just kick it. Oh, he's kept it in. Geland. And they kept it in play. Credit on them. We run now. Province is suddenly on the attack of the air. Well, the Stormers are back in the Bulls' half. This is some great watching, I must admit. As a neutral, this is fun to watch. Nian Young, I can't show us the game. You can, oh, there we go. Bulls and the Province are in. And that didn't last long at all. Ernst van Rijn goes over for the Storm, for the Province. And I go back to it. It sounds silly. But Curtly Orense caught the kickoff well in his 22. If he had kicked that out and they'd gone to a set piece, if he had kicked it well into the stands, even if it was a short kick, they wouldn't be scoring this try. They might have still scored, but they wouldn't have scored this try right now. Exit play is so important, and it is not being done well enough at the moment across the competition. I mean, it is a coach's nightmare. You go and score a try, you're drawing now, and you can't field the kick and get it out. You know, it's basics. It is basics, and it's not good enough. I mean, coach, as I said, coach's nightmare, because if Curtly Orense had just kicked it into touch, that wouldn't have happened. But the Stormers the Province kept it alive, and yeah, that's game on once again. Difficult kick here for Tim Sweel. Yeah, and he hooks it. So it'll remain 20-15. We are into the last 10 minutes. Everything to play for here in the first round of the Carling Currie Cup. Shout out to Carling if anyone from associated them are watching. To appreciate you from sponsoring. Good to see the sponsor back. Good to see the investment in rugby. Well played by Iran now. Completely steps inside, takes Orense out the game, outside to Ernst van Rijn, who dives over. What happened to the Falker team? I actually don't know. I was actually talking about them today. I mean, look, it's difficult because we haven't had much. I mean, we used to have the Vodacom Cup and all these various different things. As far as I know, they're sort of playing. Oh yeah, I just see now that they were liquidated in during COVID, so that's upsetting. But what else? I mean, and it's frustrating because what I was saying earlier, and I still maintain it, and I'll keep maintaining it, is that we need more teams in this country. I think we've got something like 900 professional players from South Africa in and around the world. And we've got 4, push it 5 with the Cheetahs, top franchises with teams. How can we not, with a country like us that produces the rugby players we do, have a 10, 12 team Currie Cup or Premiership or whatever you want to do, with good talent. We need investment, we need money, and we need a proper good competition, because I'm bored of the Currie Cup being what we know is going to be the semi-finalist, and then we'll see, that's where it gets interesting. So teams like the Falker, it would have been so nice. Oh, hello. Well, Bulls on the back foot here. They need to clear this, yeah. But unfortunately, the Bulls need to get to the other side of the field if they're going to want to try and have any chance of winning this game. Galant's going wide. Everyone now. Oh, hello. Bulls have turned it over now. But tell you what, a Bulls try here would make this very interesting. Oh no, Chris Smith dropped it, but he's done well, and he's through the middle. Hello. Oh, he's outside. Oh my goodness, he's that car. Bulls in the 22. They've got an advantage. Oh, and they've got a penalty. Late drama here. We've got 6 minutes to go. Well done, Chris Smith. He almost fumbled it a bit, but managed to turn it around here. And a big call here. Surely you're not going to go for poles. You're 5 points behind. Go for the corner. Yeah, go for the corner. Be a bit ambitious. Come on. I don't know why I'm supporting. Well, I'm not supporting. I just like it to be interesting. But look, I did say promise to win. To be fair, promise don't win, then that's terrible. And I have to say it in my post-match review. Yeah, well done, Chris Smith. Inside, outside there, Nizam Carr. Well, big moment, chap. Just under 5 minutes to go, or just over 5 minutes to go, rather. Bulls have a chance to score. If Bulls win this game, I tell you, John Dobson, well, he's going to be throwing a lot of toys, but really. It's been held up here, though. They haven't got any go for a ball. They're going to have to get that ball out. It's collapsed. Is the ball available? Yeah, it's there. And they've got another advantage. They're going to go blindside again. Oh no, Boert has been fairly tireless all evening. Yeah, Cornelius takes it. That's a good leg drive there. Sintuman Jeze. They're getting over the advantage line. Trevor, it's a big carry, big hit there by Stephen Kitsoff. That's what we like to see. They're getting. I'll tell you what, they're making lines. They're making territory here. This is looking good for the Bulls. There's an advantage. This is red zone. I'll tell you what. One more mistake here by Providence, and it's 14 on 14. They're making territory. Sintuman Jeze. It's a good leg drive. They're within 2-3 meters now. And again, that's another meter. I'll tell you, 2 meters and they're over. Woo! It's close. They are camped out on the line. We're into 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left. Trevor gets hit back. That's a good hit. They've still got an advantage. This is moving into the 13th phase now. Yeah, Stephen Kitsoff's not going to budge there, chap. They throw it out. Smith tries the cross kick. And... yeah, he's over. Marco Janssen van Vuren goes over. 2020, massive kick to come. Few minutes left. The Bulls are back in it. What a game. What a finish we are going to have here at Newlands. Goodness me. Well, good luck to all you, the Bulls and the Province fans. You enjoy these last few minutes. As a neutral, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to sip my beer and I'm going to enjoy what I'm watching, because this is some good rugby and good entertainment. I'll tell you what, Jan made a good point. We were talking about Curran Bosch and David Vincenza. Chris Smith's had a bit of a masterclass. Great cross kick. Yeah, look, I'm going to do Team of the Week next week, and I'll tell you, I think Chris Smith might be the first name on the team sheet. 98 people watching. 102, we've broken the 100. In the first broadcast, first live, we've broken the 100. Thank you so much to everyone who's been watching. This has actually been so much fun. I could do this all day. A fantastic game. I think that's helped, really. And I think if you're a Bulls or a Province fan, you're not having a good time. It's proper cagey game, this. Can Chris Smith bend it in? That is... Oh, it's over. It's over. Bulls take the lead. They've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go. Yeah, Chris Smith comes from Cape Town, played from Artists. I tell you what, Province could have used him today. He's been very good. Jansen from Fury, the man that went over. Fantastic cross kick from Chris Smith there. Yeah, that's the important thing. Take it. Yeah, he's still in the 22. Kick it out. I suppose 2 minutes. No, keep the ball in hand. This is going to be proper Bulls. You run this up. You run this up. You don't. Oh, they're going to kick it. Ambrose Pierre finds touch. Yeah, he's not going to miss that. You see, and that's what I'm talking about. Is exit play. Exit play. Being able to just catch the ball and kick it out. It sounds so bloody simple, but so many teams struggle to do it. And it's now or never for the Province, who have somehow managed to throw this away against 14 men. Credit goes to the Bulls. I keep saying it, just they're the best side in the country at the moment. You have to give Jake White a lot of credit. What he's done to his Bulls side so quickly. Look, it's always been a side stacked with players, and they've brought in a lot of very good players, but the turnaround is admirable. But now here we go, the Western Province, can they produce something? Warwick Halan just steps inside. They don't want to go too far out. Yeah, not a lot of creativity. Siobhan Snatler, yeah, not much going on at the moment. Struggling to get past over the game line. Oh, and the Bulls have turned it over. That could be the game. Steban Gans, he needs support. Make sure you can't lose this. They've gained it. 30 seconds left. Ambrose Pierre puts it over. That's a great kick. It'll set up just in front of the... Yeah, brilliant. They can't afford to kick it. Ruan Niles track back. He doesn't have the pace to go all the way. Oh, and he slipped. Right, well, Province are going to have to go from inside their own half all the way. They're going to try and win this game. And they throw it wide. He's going to have to come inside. Angelo Davis does manage to keep it. This is going to be, this will be a phenomenal effort by Western Province if they can do it. Time is up. The siren has gone. We are at, this is it. Sebastian gets a bit of space out wide. He comes inside. Can't do much there. Bulls just need to get onto this ball and kick it out, and that's it. But Province are keeping it alive. They're going, no wait, that's it. The Bulls have gone onto it. No, the Western Province have managed to get it back. Something special has to happen. Oh, it's going into Benny's isolated. Oh, they've gone up. They're getting towards the halfway line. Have to keep winning the rucks. That's the important thing here. Oh, that's getting dangerously close to the touchline. And is that knock on? That's it. The Bulls have done it. The Bulls have done it. Credit to them. 22-20 to the Bulls. What a result that is. Jake White will be beaming. Thoroughly deserved. 14 men against all odds. Away from home. The Bulls keep marching on. You can't say anything about that. What a phenomenal game. 20 points to 22. Everything you wanted. Had some good tries. Had some really good moments. A massive defense. A fantastic watch, really. And I'll tell you what, Bulls could be doing the double. They could be doing the double. I'm going to say cheers to you, Jake, because that is a phenomenal effort. Well, there it is. Yeah, and the disappointment in the Storm as well. You can't really blame anything. You were playing against 14 men, and they managed to turn around deficit and win. That is fantastic by the Bulls. Brilliant. Well played by the Bulls. I can't say much more than that, to be honest. It's just a tremendous effort. I'm going to do a review now, talk about the game in general and stuff like that, talk about Chris Smith, what a game he had. But thank you so much to everyone who did come and watch. It was really, really cool chatting to everyone and in the comments, stuff like that, so I really do appreciate that. Please do right now subscribe if you haven't, so that you are always up to date with what's going on in the rugby world within South Africa. Thank you very much, people. We'll hopefully be back with a live watch along next week. We're looking for the 4:30 kickoff. I'm not entirely sure which game it is, but that is the plan right now to go and to try and do the live watch along. It's been very, very successful. So thank you so much to everyone who has supported. And I will chat to you guys very, very soon. Make sure to keep your eye out for Team of the Week, as well as a couple of things we learned and all the previews next week. So thank you very much for watching. Keeping it locked on Freo Sports. My name is Steven. It's been fantastic hanging out